If you want to start a fashion brand but you are stuck between MOQs, costing, sampling, supplier responsiveness, all those challenges you are facing, then this video is for you. Welcome to the co-pilot program by Hula Global. In this program, we help new fashion business owners just like you who are struggling to find a good supplier with low MOQs, and we help you start your production process with realistic, low MOQs and complete clarity. Most new fashion business owners struggle with one thing, that is for their suppliers to take them seriously. You send emails, there is no reply. You ask for samples and you get a really weird sample. You ask for MOQs and they come back with very high MOQs. You request product costing, it does not match your budget. So all these challenges are there for every new fashion business owner. You are not just alone. It's not your fault. The fashion supply chain is built for experienced buyer. The entire industry is not built for newcomers. The entire industry, in fact, is very exploitive or just very harsh to newcomers, and that's how it is. So the beginners either get ignored or they get exploited. The co-pilot program solves these problems by giving you a guided, structured process to manufacture your first production properly. Here is what we help you with: choosing the right factory, realistic low MOQ planning, costing plus fabric recommendations, sample development, tech pack clarity, red flags checks, time management, WhatsApp communication alignment, and production stage checks. So we have checks and balances in place at every stage of your production. Essentially, with us, you get a team that supports you throughout the entire journey of your production. Who this co-pilot program is for? This program is for beginners, those who are starting with low MOQs, and especially who are constrained with limited budget. If you are a new fashion founder, side hustler, people moving from idea to real product, founders who need low MOQs, or basically anyone who is frustrated with the whole process of finding the right supplier, this is the right program for you. So what do you get in return? If you join this program, you will get one-on-one support via email and WhatsApp. Factory matching, not every factory is relevant for you and your product. We ensure that across our factory networks, we find the right factory for you that is compatible with your product journey. We also have cost sheet where we provide you detailed breakdown of your product cost structure along with your landed price, so you are not getting any last moment surprises when you actually ship the product. Sample development support: when you are part of the co-pilot program, we do the entire sample development for you, and this is a very long and extensive but very important process for any brand going the private label path, and we handhold you through all the stages of sample development if you are part of the co-pilot program. Fabric guidance is also included in this program, which means maybe you are not going for the right fabric and the MOQs for your preference of fabric might be very high. So if you are part of this program, we guide you with the selection of fabric and recommendations. We also manage your production and we send you quality control images and pre-inspection information before the goods are dispatched. Most importantly, we provide you with clear timelines so that you can plan your campaigns, your marketing activation, all the other things in sync with your production planning. Last but not least, we give you very clear, realistic expectation of what to expect and what not to expect. So this is the program where we are super transparent with you, especially when you are starting up. A lot of suppliers promise you the world and none of that happens and you are disappointed. So in this program, we give you a very realistic information and realistic cost breakdown. Why certain things cost certain way, we give you that information if you're part of this program. What results can you expect if you join this program? So founders who joined our co-pilot program went from confused to confident, supplier ghosting to factory access, wrong samples to approved samples, no costing idea to very clear information on landing pages, no costing idea to very clear information on landed costs. Weeks of stress gets converted into predictable timelines. Now let's cover some frequently asked questions about this program, and we also have a FAQ section specifically dedicated to Copilot, so you can go and check it out as well. So the first question I get is, what is the MOQ? So there is no right or wrong answer for MOQ. MOQ has many layers to it, and if you make it like very transactional at SKU level, we can go to 100 pieces per SKU, but then you have fabric minimums. Those fabric minimums are not the constraints imposed by us, but it is through fabric suppliers. Similarly, there are MOV minimums for our private label program. Those are there, but for Copilot program, we don't have MOV minimums, but we ask to pay a fixed surcharge or a low MOV surcharge, which is from case to case depending upon the brand. So I would suggest you get in touch with us so that we can talk more about it. Another question that I get is, how long does the sampling take place? Usually it's 1 to 2 weeks, but I would suggest you factor in the time it takes from our factory, the samples to arrive at your destination, maybe from India to US, 1 week or 2 weeks, because sometimes there are more than once the back and forth happens. So I would suggest for sample process in its entirety, dedicate 1 month, so you will be on a safer side. If your products are complicated, they require multiple layers of work like printing, embroidery, and bunch of other things, then you have to, depending upon the complexity, you should increase your sampling timeline from 1 month to maybe 6 weeks or even 8 weeks. Do you handle fabrics? Well, yes, we do handle fabrics. In fact, if you are part of the Copilot program, we give you MOQs for fabrics by their type. So if you are looking at, let's say, nylon spandex or polyester spandex, or any type of fabric that you are looking at, and if the MOQs are high, if you are part of the Copilot program, we can recommend some different fabrics that could be beneficial for you. So that recommendation also happens as a part of Copilot program. And yes, we recommend, but that does not mean you should follow our recommendation. If you strongly feel about a certain fabric is the right fit, we are your suppliers. We are not the decision makers. You are the final decision makers. So if you think that a certain fabric recommendation that comes from us is not aligned with your brand strategy, don't take that. Are you a supplier or an intermediary? Well, we run a network of factories. I have covered that in our About Us section and multiple other places. We are a full package supplier, which means from fabric yarns to dyeing to knitting to stitching to delivery at your doorstep, we cover the entire value chain. Now, we are not doing all parts of it ourselves. For each specialized operation, there is a different vendor that we have and we work with, and we take the responsibility for the entire ecosystem, so end to end. So we are not commission agents. We are not someone who is just selling you services. We take responsibility of the product, whether there is some challenge in the fabric or the yarn or the stitching or even the delivery at your doorstep. There has been many cases. Our accountability lies until the product reaches your warehouse. Of course, at different stages, we also have certain risk management features and functions that we work with, but our responsibility is to take care of the entire value chain when it comes to door-to-door delivery. Do you ship worldwide? So for the time being, we are doing Copilot for US, UK, Australia, Canada. I think UAE also we have done, Dubai. Yeah, Europe. We are doing Europe as well. So yeah, these are the countries where we are doing. We are not doing anything for Africa, and I don't think we have any plans, and neither for Indian subcontinent, which means India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, all these Indian subcontinent brands in this region. We don't have any plans for them as well. Do I need to be an expert? Well, you don't need to be an expert, of course, but it helps to have some basics done. If you are not very clear with a lot of different other aspects, I would recommend you join our bootcamp program. From time to time, we have different cohorts of new fashion business owners who may have certain idea of running a brand, but they are not very sure. So they join our bootcamp program, and what I have heard in terms of feedback, it is very, very refreshing, and it has been helpful to over 200 plus, I think, bootcamp participants already. So if even if you don't want to work with us in the beginning in Copilot, if you join the bootcamp, you can learn a lot, and then perhaps at some point when you are ready, you can reconnect with us again. Do you design? Well, the designers that we have, they work for our private label customers. For Copilot program, we do not design. But if you have certain tech packs that require redevelopment, we have certain tech pack charges. I think I have covered them in a separate video. But yes, we can help you with design. We can help you with tech packs. Those services are not part of the Copilot, but they will come in additional services, and they will be chargeable separately from Copilot. So if you're serious about launching your brand and you are looking for a reliable manufacturing partner to hold your hand throughout the manufacturing journey of your product, then apply for the Copilot program. The link is in the description. We will review your details and we will get back to you.